In this episode of the cooking show, Faraday eats popcorn. Cheesy. Poppy. Good. Now the rest of this episode, I'm gonna have like shit in my teeth. We're here in the Munchie Sass kitchen and we're making banana pudding pie, banana cream pie, whatever you like to call it. We're gonna make this not in a pie dish. We're gonna make it in a springform pan. So, you've seen it before in other episodes. It's coming back. We're gonna make a really delicious crust. We're also gonna make a custard and we're making whipped cream. And then we're gonna put them all together into a pie. So first things first, we're gonna make our crust. I'm gonna put some parchment paper in the bottom of my springform pan. So I'm gonna just melt some butter. First things first, I think it's like a stick of butter. Let me grab this. Should have set this up before, gosh. Now see, this is pretty much melted. I don't want it to be like foamy and like crazy. Just gonna take it off the heat, okay? We have our walnuts, 3/4 of a cup or so. I'm gonna toast them. The whole thing about this recipe is that it's a no-bake recipe. We're not baking our crust, but we're just gonna toast it in a skillet. We're gonna put it on medium heat. You're just gonna toast it lightly on there, but until you can kind of smell it get a little bit nuttier. Should I make my custard? Should I go for it? Yes, Peter says. Okay. I'm gonna whisk my eggs. So 5 egg yolks. I don't even like bananas that much. I don't like banana flavored things. I don't do a lot of pastry stuff, but I was like, you know what? People want some pastries. I know they do. Into here, we're also gonna put our sugar. To thicken my custard, I'm also gonna add in cornstarch. So you could make a slurry with this on the side. I could hold back some of the milk and mix it with this to make a slurry. I'm gonna do that to show you. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do that, okay? For our little slurry, I'm gonna put some of the milk into here. And you'll see, you just gotta whisk this together. It's real weird. Like cornstarch is fucking weird because like if you make this and like forget about it for 10 minutes, re-whisk it before you add it because it like hardens up again at the bottom. It's like a weird like concretiness to it. I don't know. Does that make sense? I don't even know if it does. But if you know, you know. And now you know. I'm gonna mix this together. And then this milk, I'm gonna slowly pour into here. I'm adding this in slowly and whisking it so I don't get lumps there either. Heat's on. Medium low. Okay, this is heating up nicely. I'm going to slowly drizzle it all in. So just gonna keep on whisking it because you don't want this to burn because as it thickens, it's gonna like, look, it's literally like instant thick. Okay, look how thick that got so fast. Okay, so I'm going to remove it from the heat. I'm gonna add in 4 tablespoons unsalted butter. I always cook with unsalted butter. You guys should too. I'm gonna tell you why. When you cook with unsalted butter, it allows you to season it the way you want it to. Okay, so I'm gonna add the butter in, little knobs of it like this. You can put it in a few at a time, let it melt before you add in too much. And the butter is just gonna help make it really like luxurious and smooth. We're gonna add a little bit of vanilla into here. I think it's 1 or 2 teaspoons. Right on in. I'm gonna save the rest. That's gonna go with my whipped cream. And this makes about 2.5 cups of custard. Let it cool slightly, cover it with some cling film right on the surface, because if you don't cover it with the cling film right on the surface, it kind of tends to form a bit of a skin. Sounds so gross. And it is. You don't want a skin to form. And let it cool completely before we do anything else with it. Okay? 7 ounces. Because 7 ounces, that's gonna be going into my filling and as garnish on top of the pie afterwards. So that's about, the box of Nilla wafers is, you can't see this branding, but it is 11 ounces. So about 12 divided by 7 divided by 4, 11. What? Wait, why can't I do the math in my head right now? I don't know, leave me alone, shh. Okay, listen. You're putting about 2/3, yeah, 2/3, that's what I was going for. Ooh, 2/3 of it, if you don't have a scale, are going into here, and then you're saving about 1/3 of the Nilla wafers for the inside filling of the pie, and some of it's gonna be garnish. We're gonna pulse this. I think there's about 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt right in there. 1 stick of melted butter. And mix that all together. Just with our little fingers there. See how I just did that? That helps to use up all that butter. Just gonna soak it in. That's a little tip for you. That was free. Next one I'm charging. Mixeroo. We're gonna push this in the bottoms up, almost up the entire sides of the springform pan. This is fun. I know it's like weird. I'm like really enjoying myself right now. I'm kind of like going into a Zen state now. That's what happens when I bake a little bit. It's kind of just relaxing. Okay, this looks good now. This is gonna go into the refrigerator. You could put it into, actually just stop. Take a look at this. It does look good, right? It's pretty even. And it tastes good. Just like that. Fuck, that's so good. It's gonna go in the fridge just for a little bit while I whip the cream. So we've got 1 cup of cream right on into our bowl, heavy cream. We're gonna put the rest of our vanilla in there, about 1/4 cup confectioner sugar. Until it's thick. All right, this is looking good. Done. And now I can just cut the bananas and we can assemble. This can go in the refrigerator too. Okay. Look at that. Beautiful. So you can slice this however you want. I'm gonna slice it on a slight bias, about 1/4 inch thick. I kind of do like banana. I changed my mind. This is good. I do like bananas. I'm a liar. I fucking like bananas. The more I think about it, I really like bananas in cereal. We're gonna put bananas. The one thing about this is hard. Bananas are hard to get up after you slice them. They're so slimy. It's weird how slimy they are though. We're gonna do a layer of bananas on the bottom of this guy. Put some custard on top of this, about half of it. Then we're gonna take this guy. If you don't have an offset spatula, that's fine. You could use a spoon. And in fact, this is getting a little awkward. I am gonna use a spoon. Gosh, this is so soothing. I'm like literally, it's kind of even, but I just keep doing it because I don't feel like talking anymore. Next up, we're gonna do a layer of wafers on top. So nice little circle all the way around. So banana cream pie or banana pudding pie was actually invented in 1953 by a woman by the name of Betsy West because she had a husband who loved bananas and vanilla. His name was Greg, and she made these for him basically. She made it for him. He loved bananas, he loved vanilla. She was like, I'm gonna make my husband a pie. And this is the pie she came up with. You can Google it. It's real, 1953, Betsy West. I made that up, by the way. Betsy's a friend of mine. I know her from New Zealand. She didn't really invent banana cream pie. Okay, we're gonna flop this right on there. Take our magic spoon, spread it all out. Okay, done. I'm gonna cover it, refrigerate it 2 hours. We're gonna come back and finish it. Oops, Daisy. Okay. You know what goes well with this? Amaro. So it's one of those days that you gotta just drink a little, sip a little Amaro while you're waiting for 2 hours. Jeff, you like this one. Is this your favorite one? Do you want some? Yeah. No, have some now. We're almost done. We're almost done. Have a drink with me. No one likes to drink alone. That's a lie. A lot of people like drinking alone. Cheers. We're sipping it. Don't chug it back, right? Wednesdays, am I right? So we're gonna chop up these guys. This is gonna be part of our garnish. This is gonna be my garnish banana. We're gonna get that pie out. It's been a couple hours. Gonna get out our pie. Cut up my banana. Had some Amaro. There we go. We're gonna get out our whipped cream. Oh, I lied. Whew, almost forgot. We're gonna put banana on top of that. All right, ready? This is gonna go right on top, in the middle, dollop it all over. Sprinkle this all on top of there. Your nuts. And look, we have just enough of the Nilla wafers left over that these will also get crumbled on top. Now we're gonna cut a little slice and eat it. May I put the whole thing in my mouth? I can. Fuck, that's so good. It's so good. The crust is so good. It's got this like just the right amount of like little salt in it. It's the walnuts. The walnuts, like this crust, I don't know. Every time I've had someone try this, they're like, okay, yeah, great. It's banana cream pie. It's gonna be good. And then you eat it and you're like, holy shit, that's delicious. And it really is. So as you guys playing along at home, if you wanna make this recipe, click the link in the description below, cook it, post it on your social media, #CookMunchies so that we can all share along and eat it and cook it and enjoy it.